Hi, it's Jenna here at Big Spirit Studio, and I'm actually just taking a break from my painting to share with you my thoughts that I've been working on as I paint. I had a little bit of a rough day yesterday, and all day long I just wanted to get in here and paint on wood. I was really craving that sensation of a paintbrush on wood. And when I got in here, I was really aware of that need, and I was like, oh, what is that? So I've been contemplating that, and it really goes way, way back. I fell in love with drawing, and I drew all the time, like 4 to 6 hours a day. I drew when we were watching a movie with the family. I drew when I was hanging out with friends. I drew in the classroom. I drew all the time, and I got really good at it, and it became a source of confidence and self-esteem for me, as well as a place for me, a way for me to express myself in my inner world. But also in that it was a practice, and it became a meditation. It's a very centering for me. So when I'm feeling kind of spazzed out in the world, coming and making something, I'm using my body to express something that my mind or my emotions are working through. And even if I'm not making art specifically about what I'm processing, there's something about the action of focusing on making something and working with a material that is centering and grounding for me. So it's been a really, really important tool for my whole life. I had a pretty rough teenage years, and I have no idea how rough they would be if I hadn't had drawing and art. And then I followed that through to college. I went to art school, and I discovered ceramic sculpture, which is like drawing in 3D and so yummy. And again, I would get into this place. I would put my back to all the other students, and I would work in my studio and just be in this very personal space. It always felt like mine, and it felt like I could be really in my true Jenna when I was doing that. And that really excites me about working with other people. I think everybody's creative, and I think those of us who are inclined to be creative this way, in making art and making works, I think that what I want for Big Spirit Studio is to be a fun, supportive, encouraging place for that. I call my role not really as being a teacher, but a creative facilitator, because what I really see is just my job is just to open the doors in front of that step that you take towards your own creativity and your own process. And maybe it's a process for you, maybe it's an end result, but it excites me to see people go into that zone and really start learning about themselves and the materials. And I was also very, very lucky to have parents who recognized this in me and let me find mentors or help me find mentors, like Frank Gonzalez or Arthur Gonzalez or Kevin Neerman. These are really important mentors for me. And so I look forward to carrying the mentoring on. I love working with other people in their creative process. And it's not my job to teach you how to do it. It's my job to give you some skills in terms of technical, and then help you figure out what your voice is, what you're trying to express, or whatever your goal is in it. And I love the communication that comes from that, because I know that there's a lot of things that I put into my artwork that I don't find very easy to language. And I can also have that experience looking at art where I can be like, I really get that. I'm really having an experience of that, but I don't think that I could language it. And I think that visual communication that we can have is important, because not all communication is verbal. So I think that the visual communication is super, super important. And I'm really excited about Big Spirit Studio and the people who are starting to show up and come in and take classes and ask for classes. And I think that there are people who value creativity in themselves or in their child, and this is going to be a really great place to grow that. So that's what I was thinking about. And I was going to remind you about the Big Spirit Studio grand opening on June 7th. We're going to have food and music and a raffle of my art and a raffle of a workshop. and there'll be an art table, and there's 2 mini workshops, a little pinch pot animal workshop and a little fairy pipe cleaner workshop, and they're just an hour long, and they're parent-child, and you can sign up for them at bigspiritstudio.com. And so that's June 7th, and it's part of the Pro Arts East Bay Open Studios. You can see right here, Pro Arts East Bay Open Studios. This is the catalog of all the artists participating in it, and I don't even know how many there are, hundreds in the East Bay. And this is Pro Arts' 40th year of putting this together, so thank you, Pro Arts, and happy birthday. But this is a self-guided tour, and it's great to take your family, jump on your bikes, ride around, and there's artist studios open on the weekends of the 7th and 8th and the 14th and 15th, and they're open for you to go check out. And you get, not only do you get to see their work, but you get to see their workplace, which I find very yummy and exciting. And it's a great activity to do with your family, and it can be really inspiring. I've gone into studios where I just left there being like, oh my god, I cannot wait to get home and make something. So I really encourage you guys to check this out. You can go to proartsgallery.org, and they'll have the information, and I believe they have a PDF of this catalog if you need, and you can pick it up at their location in downtown Oakland at Frankagawa Plaza. So that's a great creative thing for you guys to do with your family. There's your homework. And thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.